I mean, you
I
had
had a good end to the year, definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
and I was busy I was busy enough the first half.
yeah.
The last obviously 2 months, sort of, my career sort of took off a little bit. To be honest, I went from, being an undercard fighter and TV slot in proper fights, and I was already half booked in for 2 more fights before I even got in the ring for that one.
Yeah.
That's how excited they are about me. Now I was meant to try and get out on the 8th of March show that's been announced. It's at the Royal Albert Hall.
Yeah.
In like a title fight on TV, but with my ankle, that's definitely put me out of that. But then we was looking at May as well for another title fight, that domestic title. So that's probably still on the cards. Obviously, we're not rushing. I'm only 23, just turned. I'm 10-0 now already. I've got a good world ranking of the WBO. Even like my box weight rankings getting up there. It's like I think like 36th or something along those lines. So we're in no rush. You know what I mean, I'm in a very good position, and I'm at a point now where people actually want to see me fight, which I didn't have before.
I think that Farrag fight was a coming of age fight for you. Really, really like put you into the consciousness of a lot of like more of the casual boxing fans, because obviously the hardcore boxing fans obviously know who you are anyway. But the consciousness of like I said, your average boxing fan on social media, X, Y, and Z. I think after you picked apart someone like Farrag like the way you did, and you just made it look so easy, I think that was really like a coming of age. Like, whoa, Sully Edwards has got potential.
I'll be honest there. I know what he can do in gym. I see it day in, day out. I thought that fight was going to be closer. I know that. He sparred him, obviously.
I told everyone what was going to happen.
But what I appreciated after the fight was, I saw it and I thought, he's just dissected this kid.
Oh, it was just...
I know this kid was special, and I'm thinking, this kid is extra special.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people as well, because the Farrag build-up was fun. Do you know what I mean? There wasn't a day that we didn't go at each other. So, and with me, that's, do you know what I mean? I haven't even had opponents, and I do that all the time anyway. So that's a bit of me, that is. But I don't know if Farrag's had 23 fights before that. When have you seen him get so emotionally invested? Even at the weigh-in, he was like snarling. He was visually angry. But I think what a lot of people gave him plaudits for is, I'm very outspoken. I'm very confident in myself. If I think I can beat someone, I'll say it. But once I had the fight with Farrag, that was a dangerous fight. Do you know what I mean? He's 19-3, bantamweight European champion.
By no means finished as well. I mean, he's been around.
And it would have been very easy once the fight was made for me to be a bit more humble, I suppose, because obviously if you're telling people what you're going to do to them, and if you look back on my interviews, exactly what I said I would do, I did.
Exactly.
Told him I'd take him apart, I'd hit him when I wanted, and he'd be shadowboxing all night. And a lot of people was like, well, I could have, you know what I mean, sort of took him on a humble route. Oh, no, it's going to be a... Because when you build yourself up, it's a big downfall, and obviously I'm aware of that. But we live for it, do you know what I mean? I'm not called Showtime for no reason. Like, I like the build up, the entertainment aspect. I like the fact that Box Nation, not the biggest platform, compared to like Sky and BT, but there was enough interest that like I was like trending on Twitter. There was loads of people like tuned in because of the build up as well. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like fake. It weren't forced. We weren't trying to sell the fight because we made the fight. You know what I mean?
It's important to have that though in the professional scene. You know, you need to.
Well, it makes people invested. Whether they wanted me to beat him, whether they wanted him to knock me out, whether they just wanted to find out the result. A lot more people tuned in and took like some sort of interest in the fight than perhaps would have. At the end of the day, it was for the WBO European Super Flyweight title. It wasn't like a huge. It wasn't like a world title. And at the end of the day, we're Super Flyweight. You know what I mean? We're not the biggest draw yet. We headlined the Box Nation card in my night fight. Do you know what I mean? So, and then after that, 7 weeks later, I fought as the main feature on BT against another hard fight, another step up. So from that, it's obviously frustrating.
Apart from
frustrating.
The knockdown, obviously, with the injury.
It's frustrating that happened because otherwise I'd have been absolutely firing. March I'd been out, May I'd been out, like everything was sort of falling into place. All that's done is delay me 6 weeks up to this point. I'm back in training now, strengthening up, doing everything I need to, and we want like a little steady tick over, like an 8-rounder or something like that in April maybe, and then straight into camp for that May date if I can still get it. That's the plan in my head. Obviously, we don't live in an ideal world, but if we did, that's what we'd get.
Like you said, you've got plenty of time. I mean, you're only 23. You've got years ahead of you. You know?
And I'll be doing this as long as nothing untoward happens to my boxing career, so touch wood, I'll be around for years because I just enjoy it. I can't see me doing it. I'm not trying to, you know, smash and grab and get in and out because I enjoy it so much. Like,
the sport.
I'll be on the road probably at 38. You know what I mean?
You can't do no else. No good at all else.
Yeah, like,
good at talking.
So
you haven't got a day's work in him.
Yeah. Might have an MC after.
So yeah, like I said, I enjoy it. I hope to be around for a long time to come, and have a long career. There'll be twists, there'll be turns. Obviously, everyone would like to go do a Floyd Mayweather and go 50-0, but like I think I've shown from the matchmaking of my last 2 fights. And obviously, when I took the Granados fight, I didn't actually take Granados to start with. It was Charlie Hoy. I was meant to be defending my title again, who's ranked something like 5th for the WBA flyweight or something. That's why I took it. Well, then the next day he pulled. I don't know if he pulled out because I never really asked for the full to run down. But I was offered him. I said yes. I think I've been offered probably like 15, 16 opponents in my pro career, and I've said yes straight away to every single one of them. That Granados fight was quite funny actually, because that night I found out it was 2.5 weeks after the Farrag fight, and that was my first night back in the gym. My first night, yeah. Obviously I come in a bit heavier than I was when I fought, and had like a little play around, didn't do anything, and Grant was like, "I'll see you in track in the morning." I laughed at him. I didn't even respond. I just laughed, and then I got changed. Then I was going to the cinema. And in my head I was getting the nachos. I was getting the Tango Ice Blast.
As usual.
I was going the full lot. That's why I was going to the cinema. And then I remember I got a call from my management when I was going to Asda, and he was like, "Look, we know you just fought. Great win, and you can definitely say no, and no one will think otherwise, but like Frank Warren wants you out on the 15th of December in 4.5 weeks. If you want to just have a look at your weight, and I think they've offered Charlie Hoy at super flyweight. A super flyweight's easy for me to make anyway. Even if I go stupid high, I could get that down because, you know what I mean, I don't need to strip down because I'm really a light flyweight. I'm not, but with the lack of opponents and lack of opportunities, I've been boxing at super fly, and I remember I went, "So what, Charlie Hoy, 15th of December, 4.5 weeks." All I asked was, obviously, how much, and is it on TV, and I got good answers that I like to hear, so I said yes, and then I remember ringing Grant, and I was like, "I'll see you in the morning." He went, "What?" I was like, "I'm just taking a fight," and that's not the first time. And he was like, "Oh, when for?" I was like, 4 weeks time.
Then he got 4 bottles of water and stuff.
Oh yeah, believe it, and I was pissing all film.